Hey, that's Swedish for hi. I'm Kenna Bassett, a 50-year member of Falkland Lodge Vasa Order of America, which is a fraternal organization that fosters the Nordic culture in the United States, Canada, and Sweden. Falkland Lodge has been here in Kansas City since 1913. My grandparents, my parents, my siblings, my children, and I have all been members of Falkland. Today I want to share the red wooden horse or Dalahorse with you. It is one of Sweden's most famous examples of Swedish folk art. It gained international renown when it was chosen to be in the Swedish display at the National Crafts Union in the Paris Expo in the mid-1800s. They were also on display in the Paris World Expo in 1937 and the World's Fair in New York in 1939, where a 9-foot tall Dalahorse was placed outside the Swedish pavilion. It is now considered a national symbol of Sweden. It is believed that the Dalahorse originates in the small village in the parish of Mora in the province of Dalarna. Each individual carver or painter has their own distinctive shape and size of horse. Today, many Dalahorses are made in workshops and are made in the style that we are most familiar with. They are carved from slow-growing pine trees around Lake Siljan. First they are sawed into blocks, then carved by hand, dipped into primer, the imperfections are repaired, then the horse is sanded and dipped into paint of the chosen color. The traditional pattern is painted freehand by experienced painters, and finally they are varnished. The skills to paint and carve were passed down from generation to generation. There are many stories associated with how this wooden red horse came about. I was told that during the long winter nights, in front of log fires using simple tools, generally only a knife, wood carvers made toys for their children. Horses were popular because horses were valuable as a trusted worker in the winter to pull loads of timber from the forest used in building furniture and clock, and in the summer months used in farming. The carving and painting of small horses flourished in the 1800s as economic hardship enabled families to use the wooden horses as a form of barter. They were traded in exchange for food and household goods. A cottage industry blossomed in the carving and painting of wooden horses. The earliest reference to wooden horses for sale is from 1623. Another popular tale that can't be verified is that in the winter of 1716, King Charles XII waged war, and many of the soldiers were quartered in private homes. Food was scarce for everyone. It is said that one soldier carved a horse, painted it, and gave it as a gift to the child in the home where he was staying. In return, he was given a bowl of soup. Soon, the other soldiers began carving horses to use as barter for food. In investigating the origins of the wooden horse, I found that British journalist Chris Mosey, along with Michael Worth, wrote what is considered the most accurate beginnings of the wooden horse in his book, The Magic Horse, Devil's Plaything That Became a National Symbol. Mosey suggests that evidence indicates the horse was used in connection with pagan worship, citing in the 1600s a trial where around 100 women in Dalarna were accused of sorcery using small wooden horses to cast spells. In an interview with him, he said, and I quote here, "Those good old days may not have been as innocent as modern Swedes would like them to be. Wooden horses have been found in Viking graves, and no one really knows whether they were simple toys or had some deeper religious significance. But it is accepted that in Viking mythology the stallion was sacred to Freyr, the Viking god of fertility, and Odin, the god of war, rode an 8-legged horse who could travel over the sea and through the sky." Mosey goes on to say, "My theory is that when Christianity took root, wooden horses were made covertly as links back to the old pagan religion, which many people missed. As time passed, the actual links were forgotten, but the horses became established in the collective unconscious as likely to bring good luck. No matter what the truth of the origin is, if you visit Sweden, you'll likely take a Dala horse home with you.